Hello, my beautiful, beautiful freedom fighters, the Biafrans, the Oduduwas, and the Middle Belters. I welcome you back. May the peace of the Lord be with you, or may the face of the Lord shine upon you. May whatever righteous you do, may it prosper. I say, my amazing people of God, I bring good tidings. You know why? Because the Bible says in every situation, let the name of the Lord be glorified. Yes. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. My amazing people of God, since this whole debacle was going on, everybody seems like overwhelmed with the story, with the situation. But prayer have been going on, which was what happened in the time of Daniel, the time of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, and the time of Peter, in the time of Paul and Silas. Prayer had been the key to unlock, to move the mountains. So before I read through the book of Acts chapter 12, please, my brothers and sisters, do your sister a favor. If you have been watching us without subscribing, please go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell so whenever we upload, you'll be able to notify. The reason is for us to be able to preach this message of our freedom. So let's read in the Bible because of our reference, the book of Acts chapter 12 verse 5. They say, Peter was therefore kept in prison, but constant prayer was offered to God for him by the church. And when Herod was about to bring him out that night, Peter was sleeping, bound with 2 chains between 2 soldiers, and the guard before the door were keeping the prison. And behold, an angel of the Lord stood by him, and the light shone in the prison, and he struck Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise quickly, and his chain fell off his hand. I'm going to stop here. You can continue reading so that the video will not be too long. So my brothers and sisters, this is what has been going on behalf of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, since this debacle have been going on. Have been ceaseless midnight prayer, intercession have been going on. Because you know what? It seems like we don't have any ally. You know why? In a way that I love it. The case of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God wants to make Biafra to completely depend on him. We don't have our so-called political elite. We don't have international ally in the eyes of men. So that have given us the reason to hold God very tight. Because he is the only ally, he is the only mediator, he is the only one that can do this job for us. So remember the word of our leader. He said that Biafra is going to be the last miracle on earth. You know, if you understand the spiritual meaning of that, is that Biafra will come, and it will come in a way that no man will gloat and say that it happens because of me. Do you get the message? So in the midst of all this, yes, I have been praying, I have been interceding, I say, God. I now remember that before all these things that God have been, showing me there is danger ahead and things like that. And I have been praying. Some of them I share with you guys on my daughter channel. Some of them I share on this one. So things like that. And when God reveals something to you as a child of God and you did your own part, don't worry about it. Whatsoever happens, you have already done your own part. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 29, the Bible said that secret things belongs to He, God. But everything that has been revealed belongs to you, to me, and to our children. He revealed to redeem. So this yesterday night or this morning when I woke up after my midnight, I think from 2 a.m. to after 3 or around that kind to 4. So after everything and I finished the video I premiered on the Biafra TV, so I went to bed. So when I went to bed, in that dream, what the Lord showed to me, like I said, the case of our leader seems impossible in the eyes of man. So I stepped into a place like a supermarket. Then as I walked towards the counter area, I saw him. I was overjoyed, the excitement, the shouting, the screaming. I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. So I was about to jump to hug him. there are a group of people coming behind to step in. So I turn around, I don't know them. So I quickly told him, you need to hide under the counter area so that I don't know this face. You know, being a person of interest by so many forces of darkness. So I told him to do so. He said, okay. He was putting something inside a bag. So he was wearing a blue shirt, long sleeve shirt. So he quickly put down his head over that place. So these people, they now step in. They are like, who is here? Who is here? Is nobody here? Who, you know, that kind of question. So I maintained my call. I didn't utter a word. And after they asked that questions, then that very section of the dream now cut off. This is my first time seeing him in the mix of all those things. He now cut off. So as that one cut off, they now used my last son. He now fell into a well water, and that well water was deep, filled with water. Physically, I don't know how to swim, like to float in the water. So sorry about that, the pool is here. I have to go learn how to do that. So, but as a mother instinct, like before all these things, I always tell our women that it is time for us to take over this war, this battle from our men while they are at the war front with the weapon. We have to be backing them spiritually because we are their eyes. So immediately I jump inside that same well. So when I came inside, I put my eyes down inside the water, and I look at him the way he was lifeless in that very situation. I lifted him up. I was able to bring him out from the well, and he was perfectly okay. Nothing was wrong with him. So immediately I touched him. He now moved. But when I was looking at him inside that place, he seemed so lifeless. So I woke up, I recorded the whole thing. I have prayed, and I'm still praying towards the revelation. I said, okay, I'm going to quickly to encourage you guys, to strengthen you guys, to tell you guys that God is at work in the case of our leader. That joy of seeing him, spiritually, physically, Nnamdi Kanu is a free man. I am telling you, no matter the dungeon, remember that Peter was in the dungeon of Herod. Maximum security. Likewise, our leader. The message here is this. The miracle of Nnamdi Kanu is going to happen, but it's not going to happen the way we are expecting it. Like, both the water aspect of it, both the store aspect of it is telling you that it's going to be like unimaginable. I don't know how to swim, for instance. But God was able to use me to deliver my son. My son was shown to me in that dream. But you know that spiritual meanings of things has a lot of deeper interpretations. Do you understand? So that was the message, is that the miraculous way of his freedom is going to marvel both human, anything. Because all this while I have been praying, I say, God, they say that he who must come to equity must come with a clean hand. The hand of Nigerian terrorist government is filled with what? It's filled with blood of the innocent. Why the bandits, the terrorists, and all the murderers are walking free? Because they are their foot soldiers to further the agenda of Islamization of Nigeria. So he who must come to equity must come with a clean hand. Nigerian court of law does not qualify to judge my leader, Nnamdi Kanu. No, because he did not commit any crime before God and before humanity. And they are soiled, corrupt people. But the Bible says that even the lawful captive shall be delivered. That God shall free even from the hands of the plea. That God will deliver them. So I am here to tell you that our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is coming out, and the people will be coming to say, how did it happen? And it's no longer going to be in the mood that will be telling him to hide. It happens, I told him that I don't know this face. So if they are trying to drown him, God has already delivered him. If they are trying to surrender him again, God have already delivered him. That is the message I want you to get, is that in the midst of all this thing that seems impossible, that Elohim is working tirelessly. And we are, that joy, that shout I shouted in that dream, Biafra, we are going to shout it. It's not going to be from any man. It's going to be from Elohim and him alone. So that is the message. Keep on praying for him. 26 is coming. They never told us that his case is not going to hold. Nothing like that. You have the power to turn the clock of any time, even the clock of God. Remember Hezekiah, that when the prophet of God came and take Hezekiah, put your house in order because you're going to die. He said, no, God, is not yet time. So I know that the mandate of Nnamdi Kanu have not come to an end. And Buhari, dead or alive, Fulani, and the Arab Rig cannot end Biafra, no matter Nnamdi Kanu. Our ministry, our mission is yet to be fulfilled. He's not going anywhere. Nnamdi Kanu is going to announce Biafra for you and I. Fear thou not, O thou womb Jacob, O you children of Biafra, fear not. For the Egyptians we see today, we shall see them no more. We are the children of the Chukwu Okabiama. The God of our ancestors have risen for this cause. And he's here to tell you, whether they try to drown him, whether they try to, rearrest him, whatever they have put in place against Nnamdi Kanu have been foiled. And it will remain like that forever and ever. The freedom of our people is not of any man that any should boast, including him himself. It is of the Lord, and God is here for his people because he have heard our cry, have heard our weeping, have heard our groaning. I love you, all my wonderful Biafran people. Do as the middle belt, and our freedom is here, and nothing can change it. He say.